So recently, El-Rufai came out and he said that APC, this Tinubu government, is paying and sponsoring bandits and terrorists in Nigeria. And Dati Baba Ahmed came out yesterday and confirmed what El-Rufai said. According to Dati Baba Ahmed, he said that insecurity is part of APC, that APC is using insecurity to stay in power. Because of the desperation to unseat Jonathan, they imported the terrorists to Nigeria. And look at what is happening in Nigeria today. So look at this particular news, that villagers were praising and hailing gunmen. This to show you that Nigeria is a failed country. For the citizens to have faith on gunmen, on terrorists, on bandits, they believe that these people will protect them more than Nigeria government. Like they believe that Nigeria government is even more than terrorists. Nigeria government to them is more than even bandits. My people, what kind of a country is this? Like, where are we heading to? Like, where are we going to, my people? With all these abnormalities, like it is getting out of hand. And the worst part of it is that the Northerners are not even serious to tackle this insecurity they brought to Nigeria. They are not ready to stop it because of their selfish reasons, because they want to use them again to grab power. So this is the reason why some people are saying that most of the problem we are having, especially when it comes to insecurity, is from the North. Anyway, let me allow you guys to watch this particular video from Arise News to hear what they have to say concerning this matter. Please do wait to subscribe for more updates, like the video, share it, and also leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for doing so.
Over to Katsina State now, where a shocking video has emerged showing residents celebrating as gunmen wielding AK-47 rifles and riding on motorcycles stormed their community during a peace dialogue meeting. The gunmen were seen moving freely with their weapons, drawing cheers and praise from some locals despite the absence of Nigerian security agents in the area. The video also captured residents taking selfies with some of the gunmen, shaking hands with them and even praising them, while others engaged them in friendly conversations. Let's take a look. Well, the disturbing video raises serious concerns about the security situation and the state of relations between some communities and these armed groups. The residents appear to treat the gunmen like celebrities, as we saw in these videos, El-Rufai, enthusiastically posing for pictures with them. Well, we also had reports that these community members were actually attacked during a meeting. And after that meeting, they actually, the community members talked about the fact that the federal government might be aware of the meeting, and they actually accused the federal government of being aware of the meeting, and that these bandits were talking about the fact that this meeting that was holding was not supposed to hold because they are sabotaging the government of the day. Rufai.
Very good.
Yes.
Because we don't have time. Oji, with due respect, do you blame the people that are taking pictures with criminal elements and bandits? You say people are turning them into celebrities? Has the government not turned these bandits into celebrities? Don't you see governors of states take pictures and do photo ops with these bandits?
We've seen that.
So what the people just did, they copied their governors. Their governors that take picture with criminal elements, they are the ones they are copying. So they are just copying it. And it's a reflection of the state of insecurity in the country, where if you have an AK-47, you are the big man in town, everybody will run around you because you don't want to die. So they are just copying is it not in this country we saw Ashoebi for terrorists and bandits, Operation Suluhu? I beg, are you the floor? Let's talk about things better. So the people are copying what their governors are doing. Their governors too are taking pictures with criminals and bandits and having peace deal with them. They are drinking tea together. That's what. So the people copy their leaders.
Well, it is good though. They, I believe yesterday during that meeting in Abuja, the president also said that he's going to, send some troops to that area in Katsina. Only recently we saw gunmen storm a worship center and killed it's about 55 people or 55 communities. And I'll just quickly read what the president said. I thought that I had that there. He said, "We will defeat insecurity. We must protect our children, our people, our livelihood, our places of worship, and our recreation spaces. They can't intimidate us." So it's good that the president had released that statement. A quick comment, then we'll take the story.
No, the comment is simply that when you see the people serenading, celebrating bandits, it says one thing, that the people have lost faith in their government, that the people have lost trust in their government, that the people believe that these bandits who come to them, either with religious propaganda, or they collect taxes from them, or they promise them protection, it simply means that they believe more in those bandits. The second thing is that the Nigerian government has always talked about a whole of society approach at a non-kinetic level, that the Nigerian people should also support the authorities to fight these bandits and terrorists. And then you find in certain parts of the country, some people saying, oh, these are our heroes. I think it's unfortunate. It speaks to the failing profile of the Nigerian state, qua state. The second point is that the president, speaking to the orphans of the Buhari organization, because they are orphans, their leader having died, having passed on to glory, and reassuring them that, his administration will provide security, bandits cannot intimidate the government. That is the purpose of government. Section 14 sub 2. The job of the government, whether it's Tinubu or anybody else, is to ensure the security of the people and their welfare. So President Tinubu is not saying anything extraordinary. What we expect is result, outcome, difference, so that you and I can sleep without waking up 3-4 times in the night. Each time we hear a sound, we say, hey, what's happening? What's happening? We should be able to sleep with our two eyes closed.
May those that have lost their lives, especially in Katsina State, their souls continue to rest in peace. Well, let's take the story emerging from Niger State, where a female food seller known as Amaye was reportedly killed by a mob of angry youth over alleged blasphemy against the Prophet Muhammad. The incident reportedly occurred in the Mariga local government area of the state on Friday, August 29th. These images are an illustration of the incident and are not the images of the scene. Well, according to eyewitnesses, the incident began when the female food vendor was in a conversation with her nephew, who reportedly asked for her hand in marriage. She's said to have responded with comments that are considered blasphemous, which in turn angered a crowd of young people. The mob demanded her immediate execution, and she was ultimately stoned to death and set ablaze. Well, we have a report at this moment from the Niger State Police Command stating that it is intensifying efforts to arrest the perpetrators of this killing. The police spokesman, Superintendent Wasiu Abiodun, say they condemn any act of jungle justice and added that efforts are being made to ensure that the killers are investigated and persecuted. Amnesty International is reporting that between 2012 and 2023, mobs killed 555 Nigerians, 32 of whom were burned alive. While reacting to the news in a post on X, Amnesty International stated in part that the lynching of Amaye following an exchange with a young man is deplorable, and authorities must ensure those responsible for her death are immediately arrested and brought to justice. That a mob overpowered security personnel and instantly lynched her shows utter disregard for the sanctity of life and due process. The Nigerian authorities must curtail the impunity that has led to an increase in mob violence and arrest all those involved in this reprehensible act, and also ensure that they are held to account. My heart broke with this story.
Yeah, Oji, this is so sad. Another life lost due to what is considered blasphemous statement. And of course, when you talk about this, you cannot but remember lovely Deborah Samuel from Sokoto.
Yes.
You know why this keeps happening again and again? Because there doesn't seem to be consequences for such actions. The 2 students identified in the Deborah case, what happened to them? Have they been persecuted? Have they faced time for what they've done? There are people who have come on social media.
And then some release.
Nothing concrete has happened. Nothing concrete has happened to them. And so that is why, years later, another innocent girl would be killed by a group of people who have deemed in their own personal court of law and by their own estimation what ought to be the punishment for her infraction to have killed a woman who just went out to do her job. And so what I'm saying is that we keep talking about religious intolerance, Nigeria being a secular state, and yet some people taking laws into their own hands in the name of religion. But I think the biggest issue is that we often look the other way, including very prominent members of society who see these things happening and say nothing about it so as not to offend a certain base. Until we're serious enough to handle this and actually bring the people who are the perpetrators to book, we are not going anywhere. I'm so sad that this has happened. Really, and it actually happened that they took the girl to the palace, so a traditional leader was involved. Yet they said he handed her over, and then the security operatives who were there were not able to contain this. Are we joking? So, those are the kind of questions they ask.
Rufai, you heard the statistics. 555 people have been killed so far within that time frame.
It will
31 burned alive.
Yes, it will happen again because when Eunice Olawale and Bridget were beheaded, should we even go back to the days of the Akalukas of this world? When all of that happened, nothing happened. In fact, you didn't even tell the story well. When people protested about Deborah Samuel's case, you know what happened? There was a riot in Sokoto that day that for 2 days, religious homes were targeted, were destroyed. Till today, nothing came out of that case. Oji, let's not this ourselves. The police will just stop. Nothing will come out of this. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar deleted his tweets.
Yes,
he was till tomorrow. When they asked him in a panel, he said, I normally sign off my tweet and everything. He tweeted before. He deleted his tweets. Yes. So let's call a spade a spade. We deceive ourselves too much in this country. Nothing will happen.
Well, may her soul rest in perfect. It's a really sad situation.
Nothing
it's good
will
that
happen.
The police has responded, and we really would like for those people to be named and shamed.
And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in terms of appointments towards the north, wouldn't you say that in this administration there is more northern appointments than when Muhammadu Buhari was in power? So if the president has done all he can to placate the north compared to other regions that's literally nobody sends them, why are they still complaining about this administration beyond the reason that there is an apathy towards the plight of Nigerians?
The only business they not have in Nigeria is what? Leadership. Give them power. You can take every other thing. That is why whenever they are out of power, it looks like heaven has fallen upon them. They doesn't want to, be out of power for 1 minute in Nigeria. That is the only thing that's the only thing they came to do in Nigeria. How to grab power. How to be in power. They are not even talking of the parties that have not tested it too, and yet we don't bother.
But we've not heard we've not heard the supporters of this administration come on them as they come on others.
Because Esther, oh God, like I told you, whenever you allow an evil conduct to continue or fester for too long, before you know it becomes a tradition and culture. Since 1957, we have always seen the North as being the superior being, upper hand and all that. It was Awolowo and Zik who made the mistake of not leaving them when they said they don't want independence. And we have to wait for them until 1960. So they now believe that they are indispensable. Esther, because of that particular mistake. This is why I told you that I will not do things the way others are doing it. I'm not joking. We made that mistake. They now felt that they are indispensable, that we need them. Whatever they do, we must accept it. Now ask yourself, what exactly is the North contributing to Nigeria? No, tell me. What are they contributing except these terrorists that are spreading all over the place? So that thing has made them to believe that there is a superior region, that whatever they want, they will get it. And you have bought it because you don't even have the willpower to challenge them. You can see it. It's not as if that they have, it's just that when they blow us like this, all of us will go and hide under our bed. Because the leadership we hear, I can see that they don't even have what it takes to confront the North and ask them, why are you doing all this? Like this is a terrorism issue. Esther, can you imagine people from the South causing this terrorism all over the place? Can you imagine what they will say? But nobody here is talking. Have you seen what I told you here, that we have local champion here who claim to be a god? When you're supposed to talk, you are not talking. I said, if I am in this particular race of politics, before God, it will be a campaign issue. The North, why did you go and brought terrorists into Nigeria and you still want to lead the same country? Why? Can they answer that question? Mention one politician from the South who asked that question. When they told Obi that he was importing alcohol, I said, Obi, ask them, why are they importing terrorism? Terrorism and alcohol, which one is worse? Your alcohol, how many people has it killed? But terrorists are wiping out the entire village. And they are coming from the North, yet they are not talking. Nobody's asking the question. Esther, even these people that are killing themselves over here, every time, the Yorubas are either attacking the Igbos. You know, the Igbos are either attacking Yoruba. Meanwhile, their real enemy is these people from the North who have taken over their land and they cannot allow them to go to farm. Are they not supposed to be talking about it? Since these are the common enemy they have. Can you just imagine? Is that not what they're supposed to be addressing by now? Look at how long these people have kept us busy here. Terrorists from the North.
President, I'll come to you.
So if they don't want to address it, why are they talking about politics? Look at the North. I don't forget about this terrorism and other, and they want to grab power. How can you lead the people that you want to destroy? How?
No, most of their complaints has been that there is malnutrition, there's poverty, and that there is insecurity. A lot of their communities are displaced. A particular House of Rep member broke down in tears that more than 50 persons in his constituency were killed. In fact, more than 50 communities within his constituency have been ravaged by insecurity.
Who caused it? Who drew the first blood? They said, look, they came out they are even proud of it. Esther, they were. Kawu Baraje, he came out openly and was jubilating how they brought terrorists into Nigeria. I said, what? I told you here, I said this several times. Elder statesmen, led by Padebanjo, they sued Buhari to court 50 billion. They sued him to court for being the head of terrorism in Nigeria, for causing terrorism in Nigeria. A sitting president of Nigeria. Yet, nobody, the same man, when he died, everybody was worshipping at his grave. What kind of country is this, Esther? We let the leprosy that is worried and we are treating rashes. The same people, they do it with so much impunity, with so much arrogance. Look at the Catholic faith in the North. They say they have closed 20 stations.
Yeah.
Not that they attack, not that they attack them, that the Fulani herdsmen are living inside the church, Esther, living inside the church. So, what grass are they looking for inside the church? What grass? Please, because they will tell us they are grazing. What grass are they looking for inside the church? Yet, these things are not campaign issue anywhere, Esther. They are not campaign issue. Look at how Boratai and all the people are talking. Christopher Musa telling us this and that. Esther, the terrorist list they gave them, what happened to it?
I don't know.
The man is telling us is the court.
He's telling us is a legal procedure.
The people you arrested in the southeast and you are killing them for nothing. Remember what Amnesty International said about killings in the southeast? Innocent people, innocent people. So why are they not shooting these people aside?
Like they're doing that.
To tell you that there is a lot of deceit. Esther, look, I wish I am in this politics. They would have heard from me. What kind of rubbish is that? Why are they not shooting those people aside? Rather, they will be going and be discussing with them. Esther, talking with them, having dinner with them. Pampering them. After talking with terrorists in Ibu, you come out and be complaining. This thing is too much. I said, what? Do you know that after the cleric went to go and visit Tetoji Bello in Ibu? 2 days after, this same Musa and his people, this same defense minister, he came to tell her that they are looking for Toji Bello.
Yes,
I was pissed off.
It was on this platform.
I was pissed off.
He told us that he's not within their custody. They haven't gotten him yet.
Yeah?
All
so
right.
these are issues that I expected these politicians to be talking about. Tinubu will now manage and then become president for 2 times or even 3 times or 4 times and then leave office. Meanwhile, terrorism will be there. He will come and be claiming that he has become Nigerian president. Meanwhile, he has not done anything.
There's no person that can go for 3 terms or 4 terms.
No, he will do it though.
He won't do it.
He said what?
He won't do it.
Has he not done one since?
He will not do it.
Esther.
He won't do that.
If they change the constitution, you will be here. Is it not this National Assembly?
They can't allow that.
So what will happen if they do it?
Tinubu won't do that now. He won't stretch it that far.
These other people that have been staying for how many years in office, like that Dia and Museveni, how did they do it? Well, I don't know under democracy.
If Tinubu fought for democracy, he would not let chaos bedevil us in this nation by stretching
these
that.
These other places where it has been going on, was that chaos there? Already now, there is no opposition. I hope you know. We only have one party now in Nigeria, APC.
We're coming to that. Mr. Lawal Ekundaro, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good evening.
I sincerely do appreciate you coming in today. Mr. Lawal Ekundaro came in late, but thank you for coming in. Mr. Lawal Ekundaro, what you meant, Barrister Darlington, explaining here is this. Jonathan is keeping quiet. The same northern extraction that wanted him out in 2015 just because they thought he'll be coming in the 3rd time, they're the same persons who bought him a form in 2023 to run. Okay? But he eventually did not run. A court in Bayelsa, Yanogwa, has actually cleared Jonathan in 2023 that he can actually go again. So the dispute about the fact that Jonathan cannot go, I think these northern elites know that he can go. So what did they do? They bought a form for him in 2023, thinking that Jonathan would run, but he did not run. Based on what that court has adjudged, Jonathan is eligible to run finally for president. But this time around, after now, he can't run again. But despite all of these pressures, there are talks by the inside sources that Jonathan may actually agree to this. But we've heard the wife tell us that they're working with this administration and supporting the administration. Even Jonathan, on different occasions, have been given some official assignment to complete in favor of this administration. So with him keeping mum while they've been hearing us discuss his potential, even on television, and he's keeping mum, is it possible that these inside sources are saying the truth? If that is the case, do you think that Jonathan has the influence and the influence to wield such followership to upstage President Tinubu in 2027?
This country is I don't know. It's like a fiction. Like you are watching a fiction. Like you are watching all these comical activities on TV.
Okay.
And you are laughing. That's what it sounds. Because the first thing is this. A court is saying he can run. A court is saying he cannot run. You've forgotten that it is the Supreme Court who will eventually give the final say.
It depends on anybody that disputes the court.
Of course, it will be disputed. That they are waiting now.
They haven't disputed.
No, it's towards the head. It is politics. I don't know how they run politics. If they do it now, you will go for another opportunity. They won't do that. They will wait so that you use that opportunity. By the time you use the opportunity,
please let me add to what you're saying. Let me add to what Section 137 of our Constitution made it clear. It's just that when they want to carry out their impunity, like they did in the River State, about the 27 lawmakers that defected, they will now do what? They will have the case, just to have their way. Meanwhile, this thing is destroying our politics and our democracy and even our constitution. If you don't want to practice the constitution that you swore to, then let us jettison it and let us have a lawless state. Now, since that's what you want, because the constitution is very clear on this matter, but APC will never adhere to it. They want to draft Jonathan without thinking of what Section 137 said, which was even why he did not contest the last time, because they pointed at that particular section of the constitution. Now, that section of the constitution, has it been removed? That they are not going for him again? Is it not to cause confusion? So if eventually he wins, what happens? Somebody will now go to court, and the Supreme Court will not shut it down. But that time, where will Jonathan be?
The person that the third person will now be the person.
You can just imagine what you think. Already they are not thinking ahead. You can imagine.
Section 137 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria deals with the disqualifications for election to the office of the president. It lists several grounds upon which a person is ineligible to be elected president, including if they had already held the office of president for more than 2 terms or are otherwise legally disqualified. Has Jonathan held the office for more than 2 terms? He completed the administration.
That is not the Constitution didn't say completed. It said, listen, the moment you swear somebody in, you swear as a president, even if it's going to use one day, it's already sworn in that okay, so sworn to obey and be president. That means that person is automatically is running a term at that moment.
How come then a federal high court in Yanogwa in a judgment declared Jonathan presidential election?
We have so many conflicting high court districts in Nigeria.
Equally, we have the case of 27 lawmakers in River State. Up to today, have you heard of that case? Have you heard of it again? That means Section 109 of our constitution is now what? Rubbish. It has been rubbish.
There's so many decamping in this federal now.
If Jonathan goes in again, if you consider the four years he was in office, plus the 3 years he finished that of 2 years of Yaradua. If you add, how many years? Is it not 6? If you now swear him again, or he wins again and you swear him in, that would be how many years?
10.
10 years. Tell me whether anybody will support that. That number of years has already messed up.
So you're telling me that if Jonathan decides to contest, that
he will not.
But if he does decide that there is a legal ground through which
he's already waiting for him now.
So they're waiting for him. But why did he dispute that in 2023? Is it because he did not eventually campaign?
He did not. Now he did not. He won't even make that mistake because of the legal implication. It's like you are going to rubbish your name. Somebody must go to court.
So why has he not spoken? Why has he not said, put my name out of this? If people are meeting you, keep me off it. The first thing we heard was inside sources asking Peter Obi to work with him, that he will offer him a ministerial appointment as Minister of the Economy. If he works. Sometimes.
I go along with you. But listen, I go along with you.
Okay.
You get it? That he should come out and tell the world his position.
Yeah.
Now he's trying to play the person sitting on the fence. Let me see where it will go. Whether it will go the way favor me or maybe so he's not saying anything towards the time in which it is eventually closed. That is what I believe he's doing. But now he's supposed to come and say, please don't disturb me. I'm already through with this thing. Let me focus on some other things. And then that place will have been shut down.
All right.
You see, totally.
Okay.
You don't even know who is teleguiding this situation. Maybe APC may be using this to stall the coalition. Yes, to delay them so that at the 11th hour they will be in disarray. They will be running from pillar to post. They won't really have time to consolidate.
But
these are game plan. These are political strategy.
No, but Jonathan is not coming in the coalition. He is supposed to be part of the People's Democratic Party.
He's in the opposition. That's PDP. Where is PDP now? Where is PDP that we have already told you that if you are coming, you must support Tinubu? Imagine that kind of statement. A person that is contesting presidential election in one party must now support your principal before you now come. So if the person supports your principal, or what is the need of that person contesting the election? Can you just imagine wisdom? Even a child cannot talk like this. That you must support my principal, the Tinubu, before now there will be peace in our party. Is it not better they don't run at all? That for me to say I'm contesting, but I'm supporting you. That means when you accept the ticket of PDP, at the last minute you withdraw for Tinubu. At that point, what will you do, Esther? Can't you see wisdom?
Mr. Lawayokunda.
Look at wisdom.
The interesting thing here is the reason why a lot of people are looking into all the political scenarios and the political fabric is that some sections in Nigeria, some people or most Nigerians are not happy with the way things are going. There are some that likes President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Have you ever met him before? Have you met the president before?
One-on-one.
But just being in his presence.
I'm not.
Okay, let me tell you something. In 2015, during the general elections, I think 2015 and 2019, we went to the field to cover elections. No, normally the president has his wards, his own polling unit where he would, come and cast his vote. We would go to Bodyland. Most of us, channels, TVs, all of us, we would come to his polling unit. You see why people tell you that when they meet the president, whatever impression they've had about him before changes. That he has an aura. What Segun Sowunmi said is not a lie. I'm not kidding you. I don't know what to describe that thing that is around him, but if you meet him, whatever negative impression you've had about him will definitely clear out. A recent senator, somebody who was in the SDP, left the SDP immediately after meeting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Segun Sowunmi, that was heavily criticizing the president, decided to start speaking on his behalf immediately after he left the president's presence. There is something about his aura, and that's why a lot of persons are questioning if this person that you meet has an aura and a personality. It's unbelievable to imagine all of the narratives or all of the things being said about him. So it's likely that it is those in his cabinet, those around him, that literally spoiling whatever intention he has. I'm coming. I don't know what it is, but there is something. Now, why can't that thing transmit beyond when you meet him personally, in the economy, in fighting insecurity, in stabilizing the nation? Why can't it transmit? That's the big question.
It is that thing that is deceiving him. It is that particular thing you mentioned. I don't know what it is, though. It is that thing that, in fact, African leaders are very good at such rubbish, thinking that it will help them. Meanwhile, it is that thing that is misleading them. Because if you go and contract whatever to lead, what makes you think that thing will give you a good advice or a good vision? Esther, have you ever seen where something like that produce good results? It's like saying that you worship Satan, and because of that you are making progress. Please, can Satan give you progress? Answer me. Whatever Satan is giving you, just wait.
So are you saying that Satan beguiles you?
Of course, that is the job. He cannot play God now. Satan cannot be God. They are parallel lines. So when you are going to him, like he told us in this church of Satan, where the chief priest is Antelave, he said that his church is populated by who is who, and he give them power. So whenever they seek power, whatever, they will go to him and he give it to you. All you need to do, fulfill his conditions. Esther, fulfill his conditions, and he will give you power. Didn't you hear when he tempted Jesus Christ? He took him to a high mountain and said, just worship me, and I will give you the whole of this kingdom. Is that not what he told him? Do you think that the same method is not being used today? When they will tell you, oh yeah, worship at my feet and I'll give you what you want. You think they're not doing it? Okay. We all know, but nobody can say it. Like going to court and say that witches and wizards. The court
when you have no evidence.
So the court will say, yeah, bring the witches and wizards, bring him. You said witches and wizards are disturbing you. Yeah, bring him. So that in fact, where will you serve him the court summons? This is the issue, but it happens. But when we are saying that it has destroyed and deceived many, Idi Amin was worshiping. In fact, he was I don't know what to call him. Idi Amin in Uganda. He was into serious witchcraft as a leader. The man in the Central African Republic, Emperor Bokassa, people used to call him the butcher of Bangu. Butcher. Mobutu Sese Seko. Go and check out all these leaders. They were all heavily into these things. What happened at the end of the day, Esther? Well, what happened?
I don't want to believe that the president is into any of those things, but I'm just saying that he has an aura that makes you question the impression you may have had, or question the certain things that you're experiencing being attributed to him.
Which is the deceit we are talking about. Because when you are before, you can't talk now. You can't talk now. Esther, you are before, you can't talk. In fact, he will ask you to shut up. You dare not question him. Just listen to what he's telling you and you take it. Remember when Fubara went to sign agreement? Yeah. He just accepted what they told him to do and they came back to River State. By that time, his eyes cleared. And he started choosing.
But if I may come in, there are two things. There are two things.
Go ahead,
one,
sir.
If you look at a beautiful wife, and somebody will tell you that don't look beyond that beauty. Look into her behavior, her character, upbringing, how she will be able to manage your house for you and things like that. You know, those are the two things. So if you look at the face, the beauty and everything, that is on one side. You look at how the person can manage. I'm coming. How the person can manage the home is another thing entirely.
Okay.
You know, they say beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So behold somebody and you begin to imagine the beauty is in your mind. And there's somebody, a wise person will tell you that you should look beyond that into the administrative aspect of that person when the person gets into your house. So that is that with politics too.
Okay.
There are two sides of the politics, as I've said earlier on. A politics is made of two parts, the political aspect and the administrative aspect. A politician knows the game because politics is about game. You want to win.
Okay.
Game of number. How you can manipulate the minds of a majority for them to win. It's a different case when you get to office because you cannot manipulate the minds of the economy.
All right.
You can. So the economy must be clear to you.
All right.
And it will be clear to everybody in the world because they'll be feeling it.
Welcome to Shamra News TV.